Hello YouTube. This is going to be my first video of this type of style of videos. I don't really know what direction that I'm going to bring my channel to. But what I can say is I'm just going to start somewhere. So this is the first video of, I guess, many to come. You know, so being that this is my first video, name is Clouds, or that's my YouTube name that I want to go by. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, as far as like, I guess what you can say, what I enjoy doing, or where I'm trying to go with this, and this is completely raw, uncut. You know, just me going on top of the dome, just trying to think of some things to put in the first video. I think primarily it'll probably be like a gaming channel, so you just, I guess really just see me playing the games that I would play, or even some games that maybe, I guess that everybody's playing right now. But for the most part, just to be able to pump a video out every day, I think I am going to start pushing these type of videos out where I guess I just aimlessly talk to the camera. Who am I? You know, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know how long this video is going to be. And as far as what I do for work, I want to get into IT, and that's largely because, I'm into computers. I'm into, all that type of stuff. I pretty much grew up, on that side of the track. As far as like consoles go, I was never like a console player. I was always like PC. Of course, I had consoles, but I was always more of a PC guy. But nevertheless, I guess you can say IT is what I aspire to do, or what I want to get into ultimately. But right now, I'm doing pest control, and Lord have mercy, the things that I see. And I do commercial and residential, so I'm in a lot of like, I'm in a lot of places that, popular places that people eat. So I know a thing or two about what's really going on. But we're not gonna get too much into that. But it definitely it's definitely an experience. I've been doing pest control for the span, I want to say, of 4 to 5 years, off and on. And yeah, I mainly just do pest control for the DMV area. And yeah, I don't know. What else? What else can I add to this video? I don't want it to be so long and drawn out, and I don't want there to be like any long pauses. This is just going to be a uncut, you know. I was about to say Q&A, but there's not really like a questions thing going here. It's just really just me, just putting out my life. But I guess, as far as what you can expect to see on, if you're watching this channel, or if this is ever recommended for you, gaming. I may do like vlogs or something to that extent. Just like an actual vlog of just me and my life. Maybe even like working. I'll have to figure out how to censor and stuff and do all that type of stuff, because I don't think certain places or certain people want or should be showed. But nevertheless, I guess you can say, like I said, this is my first video, so I'm not really used to like just talking to a camera, if that makes sense. But I guess it would be easier too if I had just like a paper or like a board that I just wrote a bunch of stuff on that like talking points and stuff like that I want to hit for this video specifically. And maybe I may do that just to be a little more organized and help me, try to push content out every single day, or at least Monday through Friday. But yeah, I live in the DMV. I currently rent. I pay, in my opinion, too damn much. It's not a joke how expensive rent is around here, or just in general, if you're not in the hood or something like that. But yeah, I pay like between like 16 and 17, and it's just for a 1 bedroom. And I want to say, just to keep this video uncut, just raw. Before I was actually in this apartment that I'm in, I was actually homeless, and I was homeless for actually 5 years, 5 ruling years. I was homeless in a 2001, or I was homeless and I lived in a 2001 Jeep Grand Cherokee, and that truck got me through so much. Yeah, I don't even, that whole thing was a journey, and honestly, before I actually was homeless and in that situation, I had a place, I had my own apartment. But life hits everyone, and you can't always expect or call it. Sometimes it's just going to hit you, and when it does hit you, you hit, and that's the reality of life. But yeah, I lost my job. I was working actually in Maryland, and yeah, I had lost my job due to unfortunate circumstances with my vehicle at that time. And, just like a domino effect, everything else went with it. And of course I tried to look for another job. I tried to come up with the money, but, I was so fresh in the game, so to speak, because I'm only 30 years old. But it was so earlier in my life, and I was just so fresh in the game. I didn't have no like safety net. I didn't have parents that would just, you fall down, just come on here, and you can just live here. I didn't have a good nest egg of money. I didn't have any of that. So, the chips fell where they fell. I lost a lot of stuff. But because I did not want to, I guess you can say, I didn't want to have to start over. So, that whole 5 years that I was in my truck, I actually had all my stuff in a storage. So all my stuff that I had accumulated up until that point in my first apartment, when I lost that, it went into a storage for 5 years, and and I didn't want it to do that, and but that's just the reality, because I couldn't get back on my feet, and then I had that debt over my head, that rent debt, that I felt like just held me back, even like for getting another apartment. Because there were points during that 5 years where I did have a job. It was just hard to get another apartment. I could nowhere would have sent me, and it was tough. It was honestly tough, and that was honestly the large part of why I was living in my truck. At one point, I did try to take advantage of, just living in my truck, not having bills, not having to pay this or pay that. But the reality of it was it it was just too much of an obstacle every day. I could deal with like the cold and stuff like that. I had blankets, I had this, I had that. I really tried to deck my truck out. Even though I'm living in a truck, it's not like I know some people try to do it in a car. I could not do it in a car. I'm 6 foot, not the craziest like tall, but I just I'm not a small guy either, so it just wouldn't work for me. Um, but yeah, I had which I still have, is right over there, but I had like a little like freezer slash fridge. I had a power bank. I had solar panels. I had a decent little setup. Um, you know, for what it was. Um, but yeah, it it ultimately didn't work out for me, and it wasn't something, and even for it's like saving money. And I think the reason why it was so hard for me, and I'm just saying me, other people may be able to succeed where I could not, but for me it was difficult. It was hard to save money, and that was largely because um, like for example, like food storage, I can only get prepared foods. Then you have to worry about the longevity of how long the food is going to last, and that was always a big problem. So I pretty much equated to me always like eating junk food and just eating a bunch of unhealthy stuff. And I think that's, as far as like health goes, that was I'm not gonna say the biggest factor of the cons for living in your car, but definitely up there. I would say probably the biggest con for living in your car, if it's a car or a smaller vehicle or a confined space, is the lack of space. But I don't know, because there's so many factors. Everything, like for someone in a climate that's really cold, I found that the windows were the reason why it got so cold. It feel like a lot of times in the wintertime, it was more cold in my truck than it was outside. And yeah, that's 100% because the windows, they're not insulated. So once cold air just passes through them, like they're just almost not even there. Um, and all I really had over my windows was like a curtain. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I could go down the list all day of like stuff that just sucked so bad. Another one was using the bathroom. That was just the worst, trying to use the bathroom, because it's like obviously you don't have anywhere to go to the bathroom. And being a male, you're a little bit more fortunate than a female, because obviously when it comes to doing number one, you can just do it in a cup, do it in a bottle. And honestly, if you, no homo, but if you're well endowed, you don't even have to get out of bed. It can be 0 below freezing, and you don't even have to get up. You just can pee. And, it's nasty, so we'll move on from that. But either way, number two, that's always gonna get everybody. But yeah, it sucked when it was super cold and you got to get out of your covers, and then after you do use the bathroom, if your method of using the bathroom is in your vehicle, in something, you know you want to either air it out. If you can't air it out, then you want to definitely make sure you can wash your hands. Hygiene is so important when you're in a situation like that, because things can get bad really fast, especially when it's dark. If you don't have light, or if let's say you're stealth camping, which I was, that's a big thing. It's a difference. It's a difference between living in your vehicle when, in a place where you're allowed to, where no one's going to say anything, versus living in your vehicle stealth camping. and I was stealth camping. As far as like areas of where I tried to, where I would choose to stay, I would choose like park and rides, places I could try to get away from, from the question of is somebody's, somebody sleeping in there. Because I feel like a lot of like Walmart stuff like that, a lot of places you'll hear people say to go. In my area, for some reason, they just don't allow. They don't allow stuff like that. Be that as it may, but nevertheless, I could go on and on about, my journey and what I went through being homeless. Like I said, it was 5 grueling years. 5 years I don't think I'll ever forget. I went through all types of stuff. One little fun story that I'll make short. There was one time where I was at a park and ride, obviously stealth camping, stealth sleeping, or whatever you want to call it, and it was super late, and the police came. The police came. I don't know what they came for. I don't know if they were called on me. I don't know anything. I just know I'm in my truck. It's super dark. I'm here. I hear cars pull up. I hear cars pull off. Then the next thing you know, I hear a vehicle pull up right behind my truck. And obviously I'm stealth camping, not going to make it apparent. Definitely not just going to come out of the vehicle. So, someone knocks on the car window, that's when they start saying police, police, police. And then that's when, I don't know, I was just like so noited. Like, I cannot tell you how noited I was. But somehow before they came, I had, I guess I was tired that day and I decided to go to sleep early. So all my curtains was up, everything was locked, everything was, and the reality of it, the reason why they couldn't tow me or really do nothing about it was because I was at a parking ride, which it's a parking ride. You can ride, you can leave your vehicle there 24 hours, et cetera, et cetera. So there was not too really much they can do about it. And my vehicle, my registration was good. Everything was good on my vehicle. So, so yeah, back to the story. So they knocked. I just kept ignoring them. They walked around my vehicle. I heard them like chatting and, there was 2 officers and one was like, I don't think anyone's in there. I don't think anyone is in there. And because I was being completely still. I didn't make you couldn't even hear my breathing, like if you tried. But yeah. So then they eventually just left. I was glad I didn't get any tickets or anything like that. And I'm glad I did not come out of the vehicle, because if I did, it would have just been a world of problems, here I am just trying to survive. I'm not trying to take from nobody. I wasn't, I'm at a parking ride. I'm not in front of nobody's house. I'm just trying to survive. I'm trying to live. And, there's not too many places where you can, unfortunately, just try to survive or just live when you don't have. So, nevertheless, that's a little fun spill. What is this at? It's at 19 minutes. I'll try to get this video to like 20, 25 minutes, just for a first video. A little fun introduction, a little some little fun stuff about me. And there's my dog right there, Jericho. Hey Jericho, come here. What is that? What are you chewing on that you're not supposed to be chewing on? He always got something that he ain't supposed to be chewing on. What are you chewing on, huh? What are you chewing on? You stinky puppy. You need a bath. And I need to cut your nails because your nails are long. Your nails are long. You know that? Your nails are long. Your nails are long, stinky. Say hi to YouTube. Say hi to YouTube. Guys, don't mind Oh, there's my other dog, who's actually not feeling too well. Bellamy, you want to come say hi? Bellamy. I didn't call you. I called her. Bellamy, 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 Bellamy. Come here, girl. I guess she wants to be camera shy. Or she's probably on the other side of me. Yep. She's on the other side of me. But either way, hello, YouTube. And I guess welcome to my channel. Vlogs can be expected here. Do some vlogs, do some gaming videos. I'll probably do some day in the life. I'll probably do some maybe some videos with my dogs. I do want to like get some like shots of like I don't know, maybe cool maybe places that I may think is cool, maybe everybody else may not think is cool, but cool places in my area. I've lived in this area my whole life, so I pretty much know all there is to know about the area that I live in. Outside of that, I think I'm gonna cut it here and see how the audio is, because I'm actually recording this off of my phone, which I'll need to connect to the computer to get this video off. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see where this goes. Oh, there she is. You're sort of off to the corner there. Belly, belly, belly. Come here, stinky girl. You okay? She wasn't feeling well. You weren't feeling well? You weren't feeling well, belly, belly? Let me just take this off the tripod. You weren't feeling well, huh? You weren't feeling well? You weren't feeling well, Jericho. We already said hi to you, Jericho. Stop trying to lick me in the mouth. You know, they say that black people's dogs don't lick them in the mouth. That's not true. I don't let him lick me in the mouth, but he will try if I don't, if I don't try to stop him. Hi, Bellamy. Hi, Belly girl. I've had both of these dogs since they were just 7 weeks. Okay, Jericho. Yeah, I don't know. I love them. It's just me and my dogs that live together. See, he's so like, you gotta like climb over him just to get love, Bellamy. It's not right. All right, Jericho. All right. Okay, people have had enough of you. But yeah, I am